For decades, survivors of the Titanic disaster claimed that the famous ship had split in half before sinking into the icy waters of the North Atlantic. However, their accounts were met with skepticism and dismissed as misunderstandings or faulty memories. It wasn't until the discovery of the Titanic's wreckage in 1985 that these survivors were finally vindicated. One such survivor was Eva Hart, who was only 7 years old when she boarded the Titanic with her parents. When the ship struck an iceberg on that fateful night of April 14, 1912, Eva and her mother were placed in a lifeboat by her father, who tragically did not survive. From the safety of the lifeboat, Eva watched as the massive ship broke apart and sank into the dark waters.
At all, I saw that ship sink. And I saw that ship break in half. And for so many years, people have argued with me about that. But now at last, it has been proven beyond all doubt that she did break in half. I know she did, I saw her.
Eva Hart's account was not an isolated one. Many other survivors had long insisted that the Titanic split in two, with the bow section sinking first, while the stern bobbed in the water for a brief moment before meeting its watery grave. But their claims were met with disbelief and disregarded for over 7 decades. So why were these survivors' accounts dismissed for so long? Well, it all goes back to the immediate aftermath of the disaster. In the months following the sinking of the Titanic, an inquiry was held in London to investigate the tragedy. Surviving passengers, White Star Line officials, maritime experts, and others were called to testify. During the inquiry, conflicting descriptions of the sinking emerged. Some survivors testified that the ship had indeed split in half, while others denied it. Many witnesses were not even asked about the ship's breakup, and some mentioned that they didn't see it directly but assumed it had happened due to the sounds they heard. Frank Osman, a deck crewman, testified. After she got to a certain angle, she exploded, broke in halves, and it seemed to me as if all the engines and everything that was in the after part slid out into the forward part, and the after part came up right again, and as soon as it came up right down, it went again. Emily Bosey Ryerson, a first-class passenger, stated, "She seemed to break in half as if cut with a knife." George Frederick Crowe, a steward, recalled, "As we got away, she seemed to go lower and lower, and she almost stood up perpendicular, and her lights went dim, and presently she broke clean in two." However, a senior surviving officer, Charles Lightoller, vehemently denied that the Titanic had broken in two. His testimony carried great weight during the inquiry, and his assertions shaped the prevailing narrative for the next several decades. Lightoller insisted, "It is utterly untrue. The ship did not and could not have broken in two." He claimed to have been watching the ship closely the entire time and saw no evidence of a split. His position was accepted by the inquiry, leading to the belief that the Titanic sank in one piece. It wasn't until 1985 that the truth would be revealed. The wreckage of the Titanic was discovered by Bob Ballard and John Lewis Michael during a joint French-American expedition. The ship lay on the ocean floor, broken in two widely separated pieces, providing undeniable proof that the Titanic had indeed split apart. This discovery brought a sense of vindication to survivors like Eva Hart, who had been dismissed and doubted for so long. Eva passed away in 1996 at the age of 91, having lived long enough to witness the confirmation of her memories from that tragic night. In a posthumous memoir published in 2012, Eva Hart stated, "Many times after the event, I was told that the Titanic couldn't have broken in two and must have sunk in one piece, but I was always certain she had. Eventually, I was proved correct." The story of the Titanic and its survivors is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Their accounts, once dismissed as mere tales, now stand as a reminder of the courage and strength displayed that night. The discovery of the Titanic's wreckage not only brought closure to those who had doubted their own memories, but also shed light on a long-held truth that had been overshadowed by misconceptions. Thank you for watching our video on the fascinating story of how Titanic survivors' claims were finally validated. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories and historical insights. And remember, The truth can sometimes be hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be discovered.